There we go. I am your storyteller, dungeon master, whatever you want to call us. We have today Ryan Morgan, Id, Seraph Patch, and Crimson Sage will be joining us shortly. Apparently, he's setting up his external burro so that he can get good reception. What's up, fellas? How's everybody doing today before we get into this? Everybody all good? These guys look like they're all business. They're all ready to go.
Good, feeling pretty great.
Hey, he's in 2 weeks in a row.
I know.
What happened? You frozen down there?
Something's going on. I think he's on.
Time.
I think it's house arrest. That's what it is.
I think he's forced to sleep on the sofa.
He's got a
Have a night off, man.
he's got an ankle monitor on and he can't leave the house.
No social obligation.
You already falling asleep with your T'Challa hoodie on? You are the furthest thing from Black Panther. More like Pink Panther. No. That's Pink Panther is too good. He's too good for you. All right.
This is my friend Jackson.
Is your camera broken, Orion?
No, I moved. I told you I was moving last week after
out of the dungeon.
and I haven't found my camera yet. It's still packed up.
That's funny.
I also almost didn't have internet today.
Nice.
They were supposed to come and hook it up on the 29th, and they didn't, and I had to go down there and chew some peoples out, and they're like, we said it was going to be September 29th, and we scheduled it for October 29th. I'm like, no, man.
Did you have to add the? It sounded like you went down there in full Chicano outfit. Say, you said September, Holmes. What's going on? All right. I guess enough of the comedy today. So let's start with Morgan and Orion, because Morgan is still at the GSTF HQ. And Orion, since you did not join us until late last time, did not move you around. So essentially, they were able to freeze the entity, the acid eating blob entity, and crystallize it. So they have a sample of it, of an uncrystallized portion of it, about the size of a fist, in what would be considered a containment field. Morgan was currently working on an idea with which to. You were trying to. You had suggested freezing it using nitroglycerin, and Brian, who's the head tech, had said, "Hold your horses there, Bucko. We don't even know what extreme cold will do to this thing." And that was where we left off with you. Now, were you doing anything outside of that? Outside of making the suggestion about the nitroglycerin?
I'm not trying to blow it up. Nitroglycerin is what you blow shit up.
I'm sorry, nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen, excuse me.
Yes. Yeah, I was like, what? I want to blow things up? No.
Clearly, I'm not a chemist.
I'm going to ask him to... Can you please tell that again? I had several things in my head I was thinking about.
Is that why you're wearing a hat?
Actually, no. The damn AC is out of the house. But,
Okay, never mind. Yeah, I have one of those too. I know what you're talking about. Okay, so remember you guys, they were able to crystallize it, right?
yes.
and then they had to put it in a containment field. But you had a live specimen that was moving still and trying to figure its way out of that homemade Faraday cage that you had built, that you had been wanting to build for like 2 years now. You guys have been talking about Faraday cages.
And I also wanted to see about the results of my blood work and everything else. If we can get this done.
Okay.
How correlated to this thing.
Right. Well, the blood work is still being examined, and so that pretty much leaves you and Brian trying to examine this thing. Unfortunately, most types of you can't get it under a microscope per se, because of the nature of because it's highly acidic, and the only thing that's repelling it is the cage itself, the current that's flowing that's free flowing through it. Beyond that, he has some equipment that he's trying to use to scan it, and it's resisting most of the probes that you guys are using. So he's kind of at a loss here, and he leaves. He offers to buy you some coffee. He needs to take a break. He's stressed out, and they're trying to figure out what it is that we're dealing with before some other government spooks come in and take it away from him. But he's going to be able to do a full workup if he can get this thing under some sort of analytic device that it won't immediately eat through. And that's where you guys are right now. Orion is... you were still back at the HQ, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And what I would have been doing in the meantime was figuring out a way to make more devices that could just be handed out.
All right, was that the whole sentence?
How much did you hear? I did make a whole sentence, but...
Only heard make more devices and...
okay, and in a way that can be just handed out by the armory if needed.
Okay, so that kind of fabrication is... that kind of instantaneous fabrication is Tony Stark level. You guys are not close to Tony Stark level. So it'll take some time in order to come up with a way to be able to do that. Now, are you in a mechanical... the nature of your character, I don't remember it off the top of my head.
My character is an analytical genius. They are on the cutting edge of science in all its respects.
Right. But that is not necessarily towards a mechanical application. So I get what you're saying. But yes, in a way, yes.
They can analyze and operate any kind of technology, and they can theorize and build, conceptualize pretty much anything as long as we get the roles and go through the proper prototyping and such steps.
All right. So anyway, fabricating those multiple weapons is going to take some time. Now, you guys...
Not to mention producing the antimatter to fuel them.
Yeah. Correct, sir. Because your antimatter isn't necessarily self-replicating, and there isn't a huge fuel source on the planet. Now, what else were you guys working on, if anything, that I did not already talk about? This way, I can jot it down and remember to come back to it.
Both of us?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to make the suggestion that since I was already inside the ship when we went to grab the antimatter, I'm going to tell Brian that since he explained to me he's an engineer, It's a possibility on his ship that he might have something that we don't to analyze this.
I'll explain to him that the turtle vehicle is not my ship. It's
I don't know this. That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah. Like I said, I'm explaining to him. The ship that I crashed here in was confiscated by the government, and I don't have access to it. There's a lot of sensors and technology that is on there that is well beyond what Earth's level of technology is. But without access to it, I can't do much with it. That turtle's just what I was able to build since I got put into the GSTF.
Do you have any sensors on it?
Yes.
We can see about attempting to use that.
I would need to get the ship from the CIA. And right now they are not cooperating with this agency.
Ask you about your turtle.
The turtle has basically what amounts to modern day radar and sensors on it.
So Earth-based tech.
Earth level tech.
Yeah. All right, you didn't have to give the gas face on that one.
Do you remember the specs of it? Because or you can give me the theory of it, so together we might be able to put something together here and attempt to scan
Well,
the map.
Okay, so on the Addo character, the basis of that technology is a material that's not found on Earth. Just for giving that. So my character will send him the idea, the theories behind how it works. But there, maybe he would be able to figure out a substitute material, but it wouldn't work the exact same way.
Okay. You would be able to quickly surmise that what he's saying is true. So based on the current level, based on the current Earth tech levels that you have access to, not saying that it doesn't exist, but for what you know currently, what he's describing is beyond the tech level of the day that you're aware of.
So using the theories and the knowledge of his devices and using the modern day, I'm going to try to accumulate something in the middle. So that way we can scan this. Because there's several materials that a lot of people don't use that can be used.
Well, there's no harm in theorizing and trying to put something together. So that's something that you can work on, absolutely. The substance is still undulating, it's still moving. Doesn't seem to have. It's not. It's still in a not a perfect sphere, but it just looks like a mound of vanilla pudding. But every so often, you can see it reaches out with these really tiny threads to try to go through the cage, and you can hear it's like popping. It's almost like bugs popping against a bug zapper. You can hear it every once in a while, and you also start noticing a smell. It smells like burning butter. So it was light at first, you didn't notice it, but now as this thing is starting to reach out more, as it's starting to reach out and test the Faraday that electrical field, you can see it's just popping, and these little tiny puffs of smoke are starting to emanate, coming out of this thing.
I'm gonna access one of the computers if it's possible, since I'm limited. So I'm gonna ask if I can access one of the computers to do some research.
Well, Brian's not there, so that would only be Morgan's the only one authorized to be able to allow you to do that.
Brian, because I can't authorize myself. So
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and collect a sample of the smoke that's coming out of there and put it into a mass spectrometer.
Okay, so how would you do that? I mean, suspension of disbelief notwithstanding, how would you do that?
Okay, is the smoke actually penetrating through the field?
Yes.
So I would actually just
Put a
Put
baggie
a,
over it.
put a little container of it and close it up.
Okay. And you were going to run it through a spectrometer?
Yeah, mass spectrometer. That's basically the tool in the CSI lab that tells them what molecules are in samples of evidence.
Okay.
I'm gonna formulate a new device that I'm gonna see about using ultraviolet, infrared, as well as they do have because they just recently proved it, dark matter, which actually permeates through everything. It literally goes through everything. So I'm gonna use that to be able to try.
Wait, you're going to use dark matter?
No, the ability to scan it.
Okay.
Awful needs an invite.
Yeah, I just saw him. All right. So I'm going to put us on the break screen so I can get all this sorted out. We'll be right back. Yay.
All right. Yeah. So because of that alone, it might just be from the same company. So those the conglomerate of those three companies might be involved somehow with the with the neural AI that's there. Might be the same protective program.
I suggest that we move this from the house to the facility, the Artemis facility that we have in place.
I completely agree.
I will box it and take it there, and then I must rebuild damage.
You took damage?
Both physically and virtually over the past few days, yes. Especially in the virtual fight. Lou, I'm gonna guess that the damage translated over.
It did.
Okay.
Which was the surprising part for you because you've never encountered that.
Right.
All right. What do you need to fix?
I am going to a nearby junkyard. All I need is raw material.
All right. You got the corporate card?
I am going to a junkyard, Dad.
Right. You have to pay for the stuff.
As if they will notice me. In a junkyard.
Yeah, I guess you're right. All right. I'll be home soon.
You're already teaching him how to steal? That's amazing. What kind of parent are you?
The kind that has bills to pay.
Nice.
All right. So I'm making my way back home. Actually, no. He's gonna take the device to the facility. So I'm gonna go straight there then. I'll meet him at the facility.
Okay.
Yeah, I might not actually be there
Alright,
because it's literally put it in a case, drop it off, and then head out to the junkyard.
Okay. So I'm going to go to Id, who's been patiently waiting. Thank you very much.
Do what I do.
The unfortunate part is that Crimson Sage isn't there with you. Excuse me a sec. Now, one of the main issue that you're having right now is your partner is like, okay, so what do we do? Do we get her out? And you already knew what she wanted and what she asked you to do. So how are you going to manifest that? Especially
Get her out.
since the three doctors are there and they're talking about which surgery should be done first. The neurosurgeon says he's got to relieve the pressure on her brain because she has a bleed, and if he doesn't, then it doesn't really matter what other surgeries come after that.
All right.
So she's just like, all right, so if they're saying that her brain is bleeding, what the hell? Can you heal her? Can you do that? Are you one of those guys? I mean, what can you do? Seriously.
I can figure out if that's what they really need to do, but I can't actually heal her.
Jesus Christ, what kind of a superhero are you?
Hey, I mix and match. All right. Sometimes mixes don't match up with what I need.
She's just like, oh man, she looks fucked up.
She said she could survive if she gets out of here. She'll regenerate on her own. We just need to get her away from the doctors. They're killing her.
He said, what are you talking about? He said, what do you
Apparently,
mean?
whatever they're pumping her up with is making her die rather than regenerate.
I mean, she looks at. She's like, that looks normal. It looks like a regular bag of saline. that there's a drip in. It has one of those little nodules where if you wanted to put in other liquid medications to mix in with the saline, but there doesn't seem to be anything that's attached to that. So she's like, "Are you sure?" She walks over to it, and she's just looking at it.
Why would she lie to me if this was her way to save her?
She's just like, "Look, give me a fucking break. The fact that you're actually talking to that to that prune. I mean, because she looks like her welts, her black and blues, they're everywhere all over her body. So she literally looks like a bruised piece of fruit, and she's just like, oh. It's just like, and she can hear us. So she leans over. She's like, "Hey, if you can hear us, blink. Can you do some crazy stuff to these guys to get her in?" And the doctors are like, "Excuse me, can you move away from the patient?" She's, "Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. I can do something. I say telepathically too.
So again, she's just like, "Oh, shit! I hate when you do that." So the neurologist is like, "All right, so I'm gonna get the OR prepped. We're gonna bring her in 10 minutes." It's like she doesn't really have a lot of time. So he calls over the nurse, gives her the order, and she rushes off to get everything set up. He's like, "And you two, if there's nothing else, I highly doubt that you're going to get any statements out of her in this condition. And as far as this thing with the wall, that's as far as I know, it's under control. And your man here seems to be okay. And of course, he is now wanting to log back in. So let's try it again. Let's move it to this screen and see if it'll come back.
Question: is he the only doctor in the room?
No, there are two others.
I gotta get her out of here. So,
Come on, man. Just LAPD the masses.
Ellos están conectados a todo momento.
I'm not going to LAPD. I'm pretty sure the doctor's authority supersedes mine right here. So instead, I am going to use my biomanipulation on them. All of them.
On all of them.
It's 3 separate people, so that's going to cost me some ISP. But yes, I'm going to use. I'd rather not cause them any pain, so instead, I'm just going to blind them.
You're going to blind them all.
I'm going to blind them all.
Alrighty then.
Nice. Free blind mice. Free blind mice.
Alright, so it's a standard save, correct?
Yeah, it's a Sanders save. Wait, hold on, let me double check. Yeah, it's a standard save.
Okay. So they're all like, you know, they're talking that the doctor that you was under suspicion. He was at the door, and by the way, Sage, they were talking about getting her prepped for the OR because of the bleed on her brain, and he had given the order to the nurse to prep the OR to relieve that. They're gonna have to drill a hole, drain the blood, and then put her in a medically induced coma, which she is not in one now. So he comes back, and at that moment you can see, you immediately notice that he's going into a sort of a trance, and then he just starts staring in their directions. The two doctors that aren't under suspicion, they are the ones that are like, oh, what the? I can't see. Oh my God! What's going on? The third one, he's just staring. He's just like, what the hell? And he's trying to calm the doctors. I need for you, Id, to roll a perception.
When you get a chance, I have a question for you.
I have a chance now, so ask a question.
Okay. I wanted to ask you about the last session. Since you were wrapping up, I didn't get a chance to specifically ask if I could use the spatial awareness ability while I was in that vision in order to remember the details for what she was showing me.
No, because you were in her mind, not your own.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
You were essentially a passenger. You couldn't use your ability while you were a passenger.
Okay.
Okay. Now, as the third doctor, we're gonna call him Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith is trying to figure out what the hell's going on with the other two, and they're just like, I can't see what the hell's going on. And he shoots you a quick glance that's knowing. Like, he just looks at you like, but then he goes back into character. And just for a split second, you can see his aura changed. Just for that split second, as he glanced at you, and then he calls out for the nurses. They come in, and the doctors are just freaking out, and they're trying to get him out. And he's like, "What?" He's out in the hallway talking with the doctors. And he's like, "Okay, I need everyone out of this room. So there's got to be some pathogen in this room. Everyone out now."
I go, exactly right. All of you out. In command of this room. As of now, I don't know if that's an attack or not, but this lady's life is at risk. She's going to be extremely vulnerable at that OR, and I cannot have that happen. I'm going to call for an emergency evac to take her to a secure location in order for them to prep her there. You're more than welcome to join us, Doc, but right now I need all of you out.
All right, so he's already out of the room. That they have the doctors sitting in some chairs, as they're just like freaking out because their eyesight's completely blind.
At that point, I'm going to call up our assistant director and have her send us an emergency evac
Are
copy.
you talking about Agent Rivers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So she picks up Rivers.
Rivers. Hello, Agent Rivers.
Like report. What's your status?
I need an emergency evac right now. I'm not sure if there's going to be another attack or if something is ensuing, but this lady is extremely important to us right now, and we need to send her to a secure location. She's also extremely in critical condition. She may need surgery, but we cannot do that here. It's too open. It's too vulnerable.
And say, are you sure she's in a condition to be moved?
We need to risk it. We need to risk it because if she remains here, she's going to continue being attacked, and eventually they're going to get her.
Okay. Slight pause, and then she says, I'll have a chopper en route in 10 minutes.
Sure.
Rivers out. And then...
So I have them prep her so we can meet them at the...
So the Dr. Smith, he's like, okay, so you're moving into her... You said a secure... Is it a hospital? Do they have the tools I'll need in order to do the surgery?
You are on a need-to-know basis right now. I cannot trust anyone, unfortunately. Too many things have happened to this lady since I've
She's
been
my patient. Her well-being is my concern.
I understand that, but right now she is a critical witness to an investigation that we're having, and we need her alive.
So you do understand that that if I don't relieve the pressure on her brain, it won't even matter. None of that will matter.
But it won't.
You won't have a
but
witness.
It won't matter. It won't matter if you would start to operate her and she gets attacked. She'll
Attacked
be too
by
vulnerable.
what? That's the thing. I don't understand what are you talking about.
You don't need to understand. Right now, just follow my lead, please. Just trust me on this.
I need you to roll MA. What is your MA?
Doing it now. Give me a sec. It is 22.
Okay.
And I made it.
All right. It's just like, fine. So long as they have the equipment I need, I'll write up a list of the things that they're gonna need, and they need to be there.
Write me up that list quickly. Write me up that list quickly, and I'll call it in.
He's like, yeah. Okay, so he runs to the nurse's station, and you can see him grab a pad, and he takes a pen out of his lapel, and he starts writing and thinking and talking with the nurse that's there. The other two doctors are like, what's the duration of the biomanipulation?
Give me a second. Let's see.
What are you two doing? So so Abby's just like,
Lou.
Oh, hold on. Give me a second. Let me roll that.
all right. So
Lou.
Abby's just like, what the fuck is going? What did you just do?
Lou, what
Yes.
I'm going to do is I'm going to step out just at the doorway.
8 minutes.
And I'm calling for Detective Jefferson and his partner. Could you two please come over?
So she comes over. She's like, what the fuck just happened?
Don't worry about it. I need you two to stand guard here with me,
No problem. We got it. Quick thinking, by the way.
okay? And you, Detective Jefferson, come inside with me for a
Johnson.
second.
Johnson.
It's
Oh, Johnson, sorry.
like we're not all
Johnson,
Jefferson.
got you. Come inside with me for a second.
All right, I'm going with him.
Oh yeah, don't worry about me. I'll just
Okay.
stand guard.
Listen, I understand that it's hard to trust people right now. I understand your situation, but you need to know, I think you're one of the good guys, right? She wouldn't have called out to you otherwise. I think you're in a very precarious position, and you're gonna need to follow my lead. You're gonna need to trust me on this, okay?
I'll trust you can get her out of this alive.
Well, listen, we're gonna need to work in tandem here because that doctor is not who he think. I don't think he is what he is.
He definitely isn't what you think he is.
It just
Trust me.
happened. It just so happened. Okay. It just so happened to be that he just happened to be here when this lady showed up, or that could have just been coincidence, or it could have been planned. I don't know. Thing is, we need to work together. We need to trust each other right now. Okay. If we're all gonna get out of this alive, we're just gonna have to take a leap of faith.
All right.
Can you do that?
Yes, I got your
All
back
right.
if you got mine.
I definitely got your back because we're going to need to work together. This is not a safe space for her.
Not even a little bit. I'll keep an eye on the doctor. He'll probably do something.
All right. So I'm waiting for the doctor to give me the list so I can call it in. And I'm waiting for them to prep her so we can send her to the heli.
Whatever you do, don't call that list in. Pretend to call it in. She doesn't need it.
So that's gonna have to wait thematically. So
I need to call.
he comes
I need
back.
to
He
call
comes
it
back.
in order to keep up appearances.
He comes back over and he's like, all right, so this is pretty much everything I'm gonna need. So long as they have the standardized what's the word, anesthetics. It's standardized anesthesia for surgery. I can get this done. But how long are we talking? She doesn't have very long. At this rate. Did he disconnect again?
Probably.
My lord.
He's still on. He's right here. I'm looking at him.
No, he's frozen.
Oh, crap.
There he went.
And he's gone. I'm going to assume it's only going to be a matter of
Holy
moments.
shit. This is hilarious.
Well, what I had chatted, what I wrote in chat is he said safe space, so you've lost all your conservative viewers.
Nice.
You gained liberal viewers, but you're going to lose them soon because one of us is going to say something that's racist or homophobic.
Very nice.
Something, yeah. Any minute now.
Okay, well, here we are.
Might I volunteer? The Inquisition. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow.
All right.
That'll keep the liberal audience.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Anyway, all right, this.
Mel Brooks will offend.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You can't do that kind of comedy anymore.
It's all subjective anyway.
Like Dave Chappelle says, "Fuck you." I'm gonna keep doing what the fuck I do.
Oh, you mentioned Dave Chappelle. Yeah, you just lost the entire liberal audience. They're mad at him because he makes trans jokes.
And he won 2 Emmys
I have
recently.
the perfect solution for this situation. Mighty Joint.
Then you lose the
Sorry about
conservative
that.
audience.
I'm not sure why I'm having such an issue with my connection today. I mean, like,
You-
it's really bad.
Are you using a hardwired connection or Wi-Fi?
I'm using Wi-Fi. Normally, it doesn't have any issues like this today, but for whatever reason today, and mind you, today there's no storm. It's like clear skies and shit. And I don't get it. I mean, it's like really horrible. But anyway, where were we at last?
You were going to deal the Jabberwocky his hand of cards.
Okay. I guess I need to roll a 20.
Roll 20 for what?
Never mind. I was going with what Gabe said.
Oh, all right. Yeah, never go with what Gabe said.
What do you got? What do you got against the Jabberwocky, man?
Such hate for the blue, man. Come on now.
The Jabberwocky.
I'll tell you what. I used to watch horror movies when I was a kid. No problem. Freddy, Jason, Michael, not a problem. That damn Jabberwocky on that Alice in Wonderland shit, that scared the shit out of me.
Really?
We'll be right back.
They changed the way everything worked. It wasn't even based on the cartoon. It was just the concept for the cartoon.
All right,
Mhm.
and we are back.
I mean,
Hopefully, maybe, not
Oh
sure.
my god.
Although didn't they do a
Oh.
spoof for that one too though?
Yeah, they also
during
made
the
the
break,
spoof
everybody
of,
was having a
Mighty
Hanna
Mouse with the
Barbera
monkey.
cartoon conversation. It was very, very intense. Very intense cartoon.
Oh, but that was Powerpuff Girls. That wasn't a
conversations.
spoof. That was another separate thing.
Yeah, that
No,
was-
but they made a spoof of Mighty
was
Mouse
a-
with him.
Powerpuff Girls was a parody of a few different genres.
Yeah,
I love, but that was my favorite show though. I love that show.
especially with him.
Hello,
Yeah.
girls.
It's him.
It's like everyone.
And why the hell did they make him sound like a goddamn sissy?
He's like,
Girly.
hello, girls.
She was a drag queen.
We're gonna kill
That
you.
was true. You can see drag queens saying, "Hi, I'm Biff.
Yeah,
I
he's
wear
like,
skirts and walk on beaches."
"Hey, hi,
Wow.
girls."
Well, that's
That-
sexist.
But then they're not drag queens. But there are dudes who walk around dressed up, speaking in full deep voice, which is
Because
weird.
they have no choice when their voice is so deep, unless they get their nuts cut off.
No. They don't even try.
Okay.
And then like they still got chest hair and mustache and beard going on.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah. So we're having a conversation about other stuff while we get this.
Cartoons.
While we get this fixed up.
Cartoons inspired this.
Cartoon.
Yes.
The first one who ever twisted our minds was Disney with that damn mouse. Look at him. He took over the world.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He's also
Fucking
he's
mouse.
also laying off like 40,000 employees.
48,000.
Don't worry, the empire will rebuild.
dun, 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 dun.
That's exactly right.
They're firing all of them to recoup their fucking money from like Black Widow.
Dude, firing 48,000 people is a drop in the bucket. Okay, it's a speck of sand in the beach. They have so many fucking employees. It's pretty. It's
An
pretty.
attempt to recoup. I didn't say it was a total recoup.
Yeah, they made it back in the time it took us to discuss it.
Oh, who knows? Maybe it was the 48,000 people that were involved with those crappy Jedi films. Well, the Star
I
Wars
hope so.
films.
Hope they hang it.
They're all shot and fired.
Yeah,
Yup.
Okay. Now, he had handed you the stuff. He said, I need to go back to my office. There's some things that I need to get. And how long did they say they were going to be?
Right about now.
Excuse me?
Right about now. It's been 10 minutes.
It may have been 10 minutes for
10
me
minutes?
to fix this thing while your stupid connection came back with your pink walls, but it hasn't been 10 minutes in game. So he says, "I'll be."
How much
it's
time has it been in game?
He literally wrote it down in his doctor's chicken scratch, and then he handed it to you. He said, "It's. Are they going to have this? Are you going to be able to get this? Do you have these things?"
Like I said, I will call it in.
It's like,
It should,
all
it
right.
should be prepped.
While you're doing that, I need to go to my office. I'll be right back.
You only got a couple of minutes.
Understood. It's fine. And he takes off.
So, I wish there was a way that we could follow that fucker.
I got it. Let me just take a seat. Keep an eye out for me. I use astral projection.
Okay.
He's dead.
roll up new character. Line.
So
Damn. So, call it in?
Id sits down. You're calling it in, and you're giving him the crazy look because you don't know what the fuck he is, and he's just like closes his eyes and leans forward a little, and and his partner catches him. Says like, he does this from time to time.
It's okay. It's okay.
He's narcoleptic.
So
She's just
I
like,
call in the list to. I keep forgetting her fucking name.
well, here's the thing. It's a piece of paper and something to write on the piece of paper. Together, they make the equipment necessary so that your brain does not have to remember these mundane details.
That's what
And
I'm
it's
trying
all
to
analog.
open
You
up.
don't even have to worry about, satellites or burros or, tropical storms or typhoons.
Now my notes don't want to load. Yeah.
Actual paper, not electronic.
Anyway. All right. So, id.
Detective Rivers. There we go.
Yeah. Agent Rivers, not detective.
Sorry, Agent.
Lord in heaven. So,
Fuck you.
You follow as you can see him get onto the elevator. You can see his that weird gray aura as he's getting on the elevator, and as the doors start to shut, you can see he cocks his head to the side as you're approaching, and there's this buildup of psychic energy that's expanding from him from inside the elevator. Now we're talking it's about 50 feet away. I know that the the movement in the astral plane is different. So
Pretty damn fast.
yeah. So are you going to attempt to? I don't know what. Maybe I should just ask you the question. As you rounded the corner and he had gotten on the elevator, he saw you cocked his head to the side, and that grayish aura starts to. You can see he's expanding, and it looks like he's prepping for a psychic attack.
It is not leaving the hospital.
Well, all right. So if he's prepping for a psychic attack, wait, does my sixth sense go off?
Does not. Not in the astral. Not in your astral.
In astral form, he has all of his astral powers. He's not in the astral plane. He's still in the physical world.
Yeah. So, thank you very much. I was getting to that. I don't know if I understand it's funny, man. The Kaiser Soze, what the fuck? The answer to that is yes.
Shit.
The doors, ding, they close, and you can see him. He's going up, but he's still looking directly at you.
I'm not gonna follow him into the elevator. I'm gonna stay at my distance, but I'm gonna float up through the floors.
Okay. Now, when you float up to the next floor, as you're moving up, and you can see him. I mean, the physical structure it still exists in its astro form, and you can it's almost semi-transparent. And as he gets out of the elevator, you can see you can barely make him out. Because there's still that physical structure, that physical barrier, but you can see he extends his arms from left to right, and that psychic negative energy just expands out, and it goes in different directions. As you're following the trails, this is as you're coming up through the floor. You can. There's the energy touches one of the orderlies. It touches a patient that's in a room. It touches one of the nurses. It essentially he reaches out and he touches at least 6 individuals. And
Helsing Time is on my side by the Beatles.
And each one of them, once he does that, they all like shudder, and you can see they pull they pull their limbs into each other. It's like almost as if they got shocked by a stun gun, and they're wincing in pain as their auras change, and then the tendrils of that energy retract back into him, and he walks, and he's walking down the hall. They immediately turn, and you can visually see their auras have changed into the same color and the same eerie, nasty disposition that was emanating just slightly off of him. They're more pronounced than them, and they all immediately turn and start walking towards the elevator.
Okay, I fly back
Patient,
down.
the
as fast as I
patient,
can.
the patient that's in the bed had gotten up and was is just pulling out stuff from his arms and starts walking down down the hall. One of the other nurses, as she was walking towards him, you can barely make her out as she's saying something because you're still not necessarily through the floor, but he immediately turns and hits her, and she flies at least 20 feet into a wall.
All right. Exactly how far away are?
They're a floor up, so they're directly above where you are in your position down the hall. So there's the hallway is about 50 feet away, then down about 15 feet, 20 feet, and then onto your floor. They're not running though; they're just walking.
Okay. All right. How far away is my partner Abby?
She's standing with your body.
Right. You say that's within about 60 feet?
Yes.
All right. I reach out to her with my telepathy. I tell her, forget waiting. It's time to go. Grab the body and head to the door now.
All right. So Sage, as you're on the phone with you were getting on the phone and talking, you can see his partner Abby. She just like looks up and she's like, "What?" He's like, she like shakes it off. She's looking at him. She's like, just like, "I fucking wake up." And she looks at you. She's like, I think we need to go." And she immediately pulls out her weapon.
So now what I'm doing is this. As I'm calling in the equipment,
Mm-hmm.
you know, within that, is there a certain verbiage or code or some type of alert that we can give to our agents to let them know that we're coming in hot?
I'd say yes. Yes. It's part of your training,
Okay.
yes.
So I'll give her that within giving her the equipment, so she can understand that I'm giving her the list as appearances.
Okay. And she copies
Understand?
that. Yeah.
Okay. So at that moment, I tell her, we need to move her now, because I don't know how much longer she can last without some type of operation.
Okay. So,
Basically, it's code that we need to get the fuck out of here now because we're gonna be in knee deep of shit.
yeah, she says that
Yes.
the medevac is going to be, and that's what I meant to say earlier instead of chopper. The medevac should be there within 2-3 minutes. That's your ETA.
Okay.
He says if you can hold out, but you're going to need to get to the roof. Well, how far are you from the roof?
We're gonna be there now. So, okay. So copy. Click. Let them know. Make your way to the roof through the service elevator. I will hold them off as long as I can. I will
She's
stay
like,
with you.
I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. Wake up, wake up, wake up. She keeps shaking it, and he's just like,
So
I reach back out to her like,
right, hold
please
on.
stop shaking my body.
hold on for a second.
we need to move now.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Do you need a ride? Okay.
Dogs do add a certain flavor to the podcast.
I did not.
Believe me, I wish I could shut them up. I really do.
All right.
That's all
careful.
day.
Bye.
It's a small dog, isn't it?
Actually, it's a variety of dogs. It's a German Shepherd.
That doesn't sound like a German Shepherd. That sounds like a small dog with a Napoleon
Yeah, it
complex.
sounded like a
Um,
sounded like a Chihuahua.
A lot.
All right, so she's like she's shaking. She's like, listen, I don't know how to do this. Just fucking whatever. Just come back. Wake the fuck up. And she's looking at you. Sage, like, I'm not the one that's crazy. It's just like, I don't know what the fuck.
So I look at her like, okay, I send Shiori from the direction that the doctor went to stand guard there. As we start to move the patient out towards the service elevator.
Okay, so when you get to that part of deciding to order your dog, to order Shiori to stand guard, at that point, one of the orderlies from your floor hits the right side wall and bounces into the adjoining room that was destroyed and taped off. So he hits that. The two nurses at that station start screaming, and she's like, "Holy shit!"
Oh, go!
She lets him go and goes to it. You're essentially you have the nurses station in front of you, right? So it's about 15 feet away, and that's 15 feet of wall space on your left. The rooms are on your right as you're facing it. It's 15 feet, and then it turns to the main hallway to get to the elevators. So there's no line of sight to where the elevators are from where you're sitting, from where you're standing.
That's fine.
So that's where he crossed your line of sight, and he crossed your field of vision and hit that wall, and essentially you can hear him crack against the wall, crash against the glass. The impact is enough to shake that entire wall, and he just falls down. He's just like he's gone.
So have her move the patient, go towards the service elevator.
Well, I mean, she immediately goes towards that corner, and she's looking. She has her gun, so that's part of her training. So she went over and let go of Id in order to confront the enemy. So
all right. So as I move out, I go, Abby, is it?
So she's not even hearing you right now. You can see her
Snap my
like,
fingers
stop,
so I can get her attention.
LAPD, don't move. Stop right there.
Abby, listen, you'll be more useful to me moving her. Please do that. Please.
So
I can take care of them.
She takes she takes 2 shots and then immediately ducks back in the corner as a gurney gets stuck into that same wall. So she's like, I think we need to move her.
That's what I've been telling you. Go.
So she runs into the room. She's like, I don't know what to unplug. Are we gonna kill her?
Just unplug it all. Just take her.
So Id, are you returning to your body?
I'm returning to the area immediately.
Okay.
I'm not gonna jump into my body just yet.
Okay.
I can see more like this.
Well, I mean, what you're witnessing is as they came down the elevator very calmly, there was an orderly that was waiting with a gurney, and one of the he moved towards one of the figures as it grabbed him by the throat and just threw him and just tossed him straight, and he flew. Boom. The other and that was it was a larger of the 6 figures, and then the smaller one just grabs the gurney and immediately throws it, and that sticks into the wall. Yeah, I'm gonna get shot. So you can see Abby. You can hear the muffled sounds of the gunshots, and everything I just described you saw.
Okay, I'm gonna jump back into my body.
All right, he's just like,
so I'm telling Abby, listen, just disconnect everything. Just take her, go towards the service elevator. I'm going to follow right behind you to give you cover, but just go. Go. Do not stop. Do not hesitate for
She's
anyone.
she's like, I don't know how to work this fucking thing. Oh, now you want to wake up? Get in here and help me.
Calm down.
Fucking tell me to calm down one more time. One more fucking time.
Look, there's some scary shit about to go on, and if you could see what I can see, you would freak out a little more.
I've
So
seen enough.
please, calm
I've seen
down.
enough. She's just pointing to the fucking bed that's jammed on the next. You guys can see from inside the room because it's sticking out. It's like oh here it is, and she unlocks the wheels and she's just like just start yanking all that. She's yanking the plugs for the monitors, and she's like, oh please don't die, and they start wheeling her out.
All right. So as they go behind me,
Mm-hmm.
I backpedal. Like I go backwards, just keeping an eye on everything in front of me. I'm also going to do the spatial awareness just so I can remember all the details from all the major things that are in my area
Mhm.
as possible weapons that they could use by throwing it at me or throwing it at them and stuff like that. I'm going to give them as much cover as I can so they can make it to the service elevator. That's what the dog and the wolf and myself are going to be doing.
Yeah,
As we-
so I mean, Shiori's already in a defensive position, growling
I give her the command-
and
I
getting
give her
ready.
the command to walk backwards, to be
Okay.
an alert, but to walk backwards with me in pace. So we're walking backwards evenly.
Okay, all right. So Morgan, Orion, you're still working on that on those projects, and the Agent Rivers comes down and she said that there's a situation at the hospital with Agent Sage. I need you to get over there, Orion. So they said there's a medevac chopper that is fueling and gearing up right now. You need to get to the roof and get over there. He's gonna need air support. He gave the code for imminent danger. That he's under attack.
Okay, I'm gonna grab fresh Eclipse for the stun pistol and head out.
And you, pointing to Morgan, she's like, it's probably best that you stay here. You really don't have any of those superpowery things that they have, right? And we can't. We're not going to deputize you. So just stay put. Don't touch anything. Say you're the one that made that whole shit happen. Okay. She's like, that book still secured, and Brian's just like, yeah, it's where we put it last. Why? Just making sure. Okay. I need to. So I'm gonna head over there too. I'm gonna ride with Orion. You guys stay put and prepare. And he's and even the text is like, prepare for what? She's just like I fucking know anything. So she runs out. Patch and Seraph. Were you doing anything else, Morgan, besides that? Okay. So there's a thing on the screen that comes up with your toxicology. So there is a foreign agent in your bloodstream. But it's unknown. It comes up as unknown.
So I'm gonna see if I can try to break it down and then use the table of elements to see what it is.
Mm-hmm.
If not, then I'll come up with some theories of what
Okay.
it possibly can.
Do you have chemical analysis?
Yes.
Hey, man, I'm just asking. You could roll 100 again.
Wow.
Never.
Yeah, I can't afford for it to be that type of day today.
Here comes another 100.
Okay. It sort of looks like a DNA strand.
So I'm going to reference it with current DNA strands,
Mm-hmm.
cross-reference it with animal DNA as well as any insectoids or arachnids or anything else. Basically everything that's DNA to try to figure what this is.
Okay. All of that is great. You go through that and you're like, none of this corresponds to anything that you have access to as far as known DNA strands. Animal, vegetable, mineral, nothing. The other thing that you notice in that analysis, it says that that foreign agent is replicating in your bloodstream, is replacing your white blood cells.
I'm gonna let Brian know. I'm gonna call Brian to see if I can get him to come back. The doctor.
Yeah, so, I mean, he was yelling with Rivers and from the hallway. He's just like, "What the fuck? I just transferred here." Say what? What now?
I'm gonna show him the basic breakdown of my blood work, and I'm gonna ask if it's possible you put me somewhere, because whatever happened there, I'm thinking that it's a possibility that's breaking me down as well.
So he looks at, he's like, "What the? How's this even possible?" So he's like, That's not. He's like, that wasn't a rhetorical question. How is this even possible?
I don't know, but I'm gonna check the DNA strand to see when it was implemented into my system. Was it when I was born, or could it have been at a later date?
So, all right. So, considering what you are, in terms of your level of intellect, you're able to break it down to it's either when you were born or during adolescence. That's the closest that you can come to it.
Math advanced to try to calculate it. So I'm gonna let him know this is when it happened. I'm gonna try to.
He said, but look at what it's doing, and he's just like, this is. You should have, at the rate that it's replicating, it should have already overtaken your entire system by now. So why now? Is it wait?
It could have been the book that was the catalyst.
The thing you touched.
The book.
So
that's the last thing I touched when all this happened.
Yeah, we need to get you somewhere secure.
Yes. My suggestion also with a Faraday cage.
God damn it. So they have their own version of the Star Labs vault for metahumans that they were in the process of finishing. They have 2 containment cells that are actually active. So he says, this is the best that I can do. And he takes you down to it. And he's just like, are you feeling any different? He has one of those portable temperature scanners. He's looking at that. And he's just like, oh, no, same. So you seem a little cooler, but that's about it. He said, just go ahead and get in, and just best that I can do.
So yeah, and when I get in, I'm gonna let him know there's a possibility that I may not even be human, or part human only, that I never knew.
He's like, listen, there's only so much crazy I can deal with in one day. Okay.
I'm theorizing that since at the rate it's going, and my body temperature is cooler than normal. Normally, things that are, if you want to call it a pimple or a pus, if it's coming up, my body's lowering temperature. There's a chance I'm becoming something similar to that.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm going to ask him to cross-reference zoology as well with my DNA.
What am I looking for?
Something out of the ordinary?
You mean more out of the ordinary?
Possibility. I don't even know if I'm going to even exist.
It's like, all right, you know what? I'm going to set this. So he's just punching numbers on a pad, and on the pad next to the door, and the security field, you can see it powers up, and then it's the transparent plexiglass door slides into place. He's speaking over the speaker. He's like, all right, so I'm going to check on you as soon as I get the results back. I say, try not to kill anyone or turn into some glue fucking monster.
No, I won't become Orion.
Oh.
I'm gonna sit down in meditation and just concentrate, meditate. I can't do anything else except worry about what I might do if I become something similar to that and lose my intelligence.
Or you could ask for a notepad and a pencil and work out theorems.
Why would I do that? I can do it all in my head.
He is his own notepad and pencil. Pencil
Because
man.
somebody else might have to look at it besides you.
All right, so getting back to you guys, you're having that conversation. He did tell you about it. You guys, where were you moving forward as you are on your way back from the airport, Patch? And were you staying put, Seraph, or were you going anywhere else? I don't remember if you did say you were going.
I was gonna go to the.
You're gonna go to your office.
Right, we're gonna go to the office. That's where he's taking the device to.
Right.
Yeah, I took the server to the office, dropped it off, and then I went to the junkyard because I'm in critical need of repairs.
Okay. All right. The junkyard visit doesn't take very long. You end up getting back as Patch is looking over the server. He had built it to the specs that you guys had come to, but you can see that the memory cores are just about full. And that information is it's behaving funny. It's not inert. In other words, like the internal temperature of those servers is starting to heat up.
Even with the liquid nitrogen?
Yes.
Holy shit.
I mean, it's not critical, but you do notice a temp fluctuation that shouldn't be there because of what you're using to cool it.
Well, I start to requisition more memory.
Mm-hmm.
I put in an emergency order for that. If I can overnight it, if I can, I'll try it.
Okay.
Starting with that. After that, I start to analyze the information that's in there.
Most of the information that's in there, it doesn't seem to correlate to anything beyond what look like memories. And
so this is constantly changing. I'm gonna watch the memories. Then I mean,
okay.
What's it showing?
They're fragmented. The other thing that you're noticing is that there seems to be what you would quantify as an AI is actively trying to escape this memory, these memory cells. But because you don't have it networked yet,
it can't get out. All right. Is there any way to separate the two right now? Like, to separate the memory from the sentient intelligence?
That's a working theory that you would have to work on. There's no way for you to know if one wouldn't affect the other.
All right, so that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna analyze the data and see what's a transferred intelligence and what's the AI, and start separating them, like departing them, so that I can properly work on one or the other.
Okay.
Because if because all the information is still tangled up together, I can't tell what's what.
All right. So start rolling your computer operation. Just give me 2 rolls, 2 out of 3 positive rolls.
Let's go. Computer operation.
Okay. The process, while difficult, is you're seeing some progress. The issue now is that the transferred intelligence is you're able to determine that the transferred intelligence is what's trying to escape, and the AI seems to be not inert, but it's not active. It's not actively counter-programming anything at this point.
All right. What I'm gonna try to do then, I'm gonna try to communicate with the the transferred intelligence.
Okay. You're gonna use your power, your ability through the gauntlet.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the mechanical link, see if I can communicate with it.
Okay. When you get what essentially are just like a sustained voice that's just like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Let me out. Let me out.
I'm like, friend, calm down. Can you tell me what's going on with you?
Like, who the hell are you? What? Where is
I'm
this
trying to
place?
help you.
Where am I? Leave me alone. And he's not. You can when he says the "leave me alone" part, he's saying it not the. It's almost as if directionally it's going in a different direction, and it's not directed towards your external speaker.
It's like, you have to calm down. I can't help you if you keep becoming frantic.
Oh, you don't know. It's trying to kill me.
What's trying to kill you?
It's like he's a demon. He's a get away from me.
So the AI, is it active now that I'm started talking to him?
It is.
All right. So, all right, I want to try and isolate the AI.
All right, so you're gonna have you're going to need to use computer hacking, and the penalty would be 30.
Computer hacking. I use my classical.
Okay. Now, when you isolate it, you can see it's trying countermeasures, and the way you're doing it, it's going to overtake your countermeasures. It's essentially trying to match you in order to nullify your progress. Now, you're able to, with every roll that you make subsequent, you're going to have an additional penalty because it's using whatever countermeasures that you know that you notice using countermeasures. Now the issue is separate. If to extract the transferred intelligence, you're still going to need a huge chunk of memory because you can't. The AI is not going to allow you to compartmentalize it.
All right. Can I compress the AI?
That won't work either.
I'm trying to help the sentient AI. So, all right, then.
Am I back yet?
Yes.
Okay, because I
It
would assist.
didn't take you that long, but yeah, you're back. You can see what he's doing.
All right, I see what he's doing.
Mhm.
Then obviously a concerted effort is needed. I'm going to fully connect again.
Okay. Once you fully connect, you enter into that null space, and you can see him, and that grid that you were a part of before, that was blue with the white lines. Now it's red and black. It looks like there's bolts of red electricity are flying through the air and are striking the ground, and you can feel this. It's like a negative charge that you know that you shouldn't touch. As it's striking the ground, you can see that kid. He's running and trying to avoid them, and there seems to be like some rudimentary polygon block creatures. Like you remember the old Video Man, and they're just chasing him and replicating. As the lightning hits them, they're shattering and then they're replicating.
Okay.
So at this point, there's at least 50 that are chasing him.
Okay. So he needs both protection and a way to fight. And I'm going to do what I usually do with Dad and form armor around him and communicate with him. We
Okay.
must fight our way out.
Okay. So you reach out, you form the armor around. He's like, "What the hell is this? What are you doing?"
And I explain to him, I am helping you. We must fight our way out.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to make dueling 20s, and I'll explain if you succeed.
Okay, well, I have a couple questions.
Yep.
Will the computer programming that I have in play now and computer hacking help in any way?
Not in terms of what I'm trying to do right now, and I'll
Okay.
explain when we do it.
Okay. So just straight 20s, right?
Just straight 20s. It's just I'm trying to drill it down so it's a simplified version, and we don't have to go too complicated. All right. So what you feel is that this kid, he's using an ability that's similar to what you and your dad have, and he forces you off of him. It's like, get away! And you pop right off of him and shatter like dust, and he keeps running.
Hmm.
You can feel
Okay.
waves of fear. It's translated into data, but you feel it just coming right off of him.
Okay. Then this is going to take a different approach. Bring it out. I communicate with Dad. Keep working on what you're working from the outside. I will do so from the inside. We need a connecting point to create a tunnel.
All right. I can see what he can see, right?
Sure, I can
Yeah.
transmit exactly what he's seeing.
Yep.
I'm seeing.
All right. So seeing what he's seeing, this is similar to the situation that we had back in the PMC, right?
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna go video game on this then. I'm going to program a fuel generator, like a force fuel generator.
Mm-hmm.
It's a handheld force field generator, and I'm gonna send it to him, and tell him to see if you can give this to him, see if he'll use it.
Okay. It takes literally seconds, and right in front of you, you can see the code, the code transforming into that physical object in front of you, Seraph.
All right, so I take it. I try to catch up with this guy since he's moving around all over the
Mm-hmm.
place.
Yeah, he's
And
moving
And
at
I'm
fast
handing
speed,
it.
so.
I'm handing it to him. Use this.
He's like, he sees you. Remember how you look. So that's why he's having the reaction that he's having.
So I didn't have that human appearance.
Not
yet,
here, no. Not
No,
this.
okay.
Not this time, no.
And he probably doesn't remember me from before, so that doesn't help.
So he's like, "Get away from me!" And he
So
turns.
I move.
He turns, and you. I'll say for the sake of effect, you do move in time, and he turns and he swings, and this big giant arc of blue energy as swings comes out from him, from his fist, and scrapes along the ground, and you can see these waves of they look like a code, but it looks like they're in the shape of just giant daggers as he hits the floor. Like, you ever seen those icicle effects from the video games? And they just they shoot out from the ground, and he's even surprised. He looks at his fist, and he's like, "Get away! Leave me alone! I want out!
Okay.
Get me
Can
out!"
I can hear him talking, right?
You can hear him
Yeah, you
talking.
can hear what I'm hearing, and you can see what I'm seeing.
Yeah, his voice
So,
is modulated, but you can hear him.
I communicate with the AI. I mean, with the intelligence. I tell them, listen, that's my son. He came there to help you. We're together trying to help you.
He's just looking around. And he's like, "What is this place? I want out of here!"
And I'm trying to get you out. But if you don't let us help you, you're not going to get out.
Yeah. So again, he has his fist up. He doesn't even look like he knows how to fight, but he has his fist up, and you could see that code is forming around him like a barrier of ice. Excuse me.
And so what I do while still holding the force regenerator is rather than trying to approach him, I approach one of the replicated things,
Those video soldiers are coming.
and
They'll
I
there and
yeah, and I attack one of them.
okay.
Instead.
So what is going to be your attack? We'll do the 20 for the initiative, but what's going to be your attack?
Laser, eye laser. I'm not sure exactly what the effect is, so I'm testing that first. You let me know when you want me to roll.
Yeah, go ahead. I just did. All right. So I rolled a 1. So apparently the ones are everywhere. They're backlashing on me now. Now, go ahead and roll the 20. Go to hell. Now, see
I did.
this is why you're gonna die in that prison. Now, they're gonna forget you're there. This is bloody bullshit.
End of stop.
You rolled the
Ain't
20.
gonna-
You rolled the attack roll. Oh, that 12
Yeah,
was
it's
the.
there. Yeah.
It was the 12. I thought that was the initial.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, the initial was 5.
Oh, okay. Okay. You shoot one, and it hits, and in a flash of energy, it disappears, and the other ones are still coming, but he's just like, "What are you doing? We need to leave. We need to leave."
We need to fight. And I attack the next one.
Okay, make your roll. All right, that one, it just sails wide. He's like, stop! We have to run. They're gonna kill us. He's like, I won't go back there. I can't.
I'm gonna make drones.
Okay.
I'm gonna make combat drones. I'm gonna help him fight.
All right. So they appear right behind him, and they start coming in, and he's just like, "Who's doing that? Are you doing that?"
Like,
Right.
yes.
Yeah, so he was talking to Seraph, but yeah. So you say yes. He's just like, "Get me out of here, please."
Actually, and I answer yes. That answers yes. I answer yes, and just keep fighting.
His fear response is almost primal. So the fact that he can verbalize he can verbalize anything
Yeah.
at this point is a testament to his abilities. But beyond that, he's not running, but he's standing in your immediate vicinity, Seraph. But he's just trying to. He looks completely disoriented. That's the word I'm looking for. So the disorientation plus the fear response, it's almost paralyzing for him. He still has he's still in that meek defensive stance. He's covered in that techno armor, but he hasn't moved.
Because he is stuck on the flight response
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't know how to switch out of it. And in the meantime, he's going to keep getting attacked. Right. So it's whittling down the numbers that we're dealing with here so that we can focus on creating a way out.
Now here's the counter to unfortunately the counter to the whittling of the numbers. As you whittle them down, again, those red lightning strikes hit, and they're making more of them as they strike those video soldiers.
Okay. I look around the room at the code. I look around the room. What am I seeing as far as code? Am I seeing remnants of the AI I fought before?
Yes.
Okay. Then what we need to do in tandem is figure out a way to take that thing down, take it offline completely, literally destroy it again to the point where it's harmless. So I'm trying to figure out. I had been looking at the code before, making myself familiar with it. What do I remember? Or what can I see that's of use?
Make a perception roll.
Okay. Come on, 20. A 19's good.
Okay. There is a centralized point in that ceiling that you can see that's generating the majority of this event.
Mm, okay. Is that point protected, well protected,
It
exposed?
seems to be protected within some sort of like a statically charged cloud, but it isn't in like a force field or anything like that. In order for you to hit it, you'd have to make a called shot with no bonus.
Okay. I am going to go with the full-on laser cannon. That's 5d6. At least that's what it would normally be. Whatever
Okay.
you say, this is another story. Here goes. You gonna roll?
I was gonna say that's a nice precursor to a roll. What the fuck?
It was actually 12. Discount the 19. Unfortunately, the
All right.
19 would have been better. But
You take your first shot and it misses. The object moves. That centralized point moves. It just moves away from the impact of the blast, but the movement suggests a level of sentience.
okay. Well, that's the direction I'm
And it's building more, so it's statically charging that that black cloud even more.
right. Okay. I am aiming for the same thing again.
Okay.
It's a target I've identified, so 13.
All right. With that second blast, you do hit it. Without making any, you don't have to roll damage. It does hit. It causes a feedback loop, and it just explodes. As it does so, all those video soldiers they derez,
Okay.
and then the environment returns to normal. Well, to its original form. And
This original configuration.
yeah,
Okay.
configuration. And he's just like, are they gone? You can see
Yes, they
you
are.
can see his armor starting to like crack and chip as his anxiety level, his fear response is starting to recede.
All right. I think so, but I am checking. And I'm actually scanning. Look, well, however, whatever capabilities I have in here.
You don't
Looking
see
for-
you don't see any more of the remnants in the ceiling.
Anything besides he and me, he and I.
No.
Do I detect anything? From above? From
You
there?
do not. That extraneous code is gone.
So I let them both know that you guys are safe for now.
And so I look at him and I say, please, sir, we must talk.
Like, all right. Who are you?
I am Seraph. We spoke before briefly. Do you not remember me?
Why can't I remember? Again, you can see those spaces, which
You
would
have lost.
which
right.
would represent his memory.
Right, right. He's missing chunks.
Is there any way I can try and recover some of those for him?
You don't see a way. They seem to have been permanently deleted.
Sir, you have suffered many traumas, some of which were in the process of trying to bring you back from whatever state you were stored in.
All right, I'm gonna try and work on that AI, see if I can take it down.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna move back to really quickly to Morgan. Morgan, you're starting to feel feverish.
Did you roll up, scroll up? You can see what I was asking to do.
Oh, I'm sorry. And no, I did not see it.
In the roll 20 chat.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
see
gonna
it.
mute
I'm
myself
looking
now.
at it now. Okay,
You don't
so
have that biofeedback thing for the natural genius, Snake?
he may not have taken it.
No, hold on. I doubt it. It sounds
No,
useful.
I'm saying because if you do what you wrote on roll 20, that's exactly what it does. It's one of the special abilities that that the natural genius has.
Which one is it called?
Yeah,
Huh?
Which one is it?
biofeedback. If
It's
you
a
don't, dude,
biofeedback
if you
thing.
don't know it, you probably didn't take it.
Well, I have to choose one because I hit second level.
But
I'll
did
choose.
ah,
That's fine.
yikes!
That works.
All right.
Hold on, let me find.
Yeah, let's look that up. Boy, that was an assist from like 1,200 miles away.
Yeah. I was like, let me just. Oh, okay.
That was some drugs on a drone flown over the border.
That was illegal. That was in some illegal alien type shit.
Say, I got your information.
Okay. Did you guys find it?
I'm getting it now. It's just loading.
You should be looking too. All right,
Yeah.
so I'll come back to you guys really quickly. She is you and Id. No, she and Id. Abby and Id. You get to that service elevator, and you can hear boom, like these crashing sounds, boom, and some screaming, boom, 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 and you
Get
can
in,
see
get in.
one of the as you're pushing him into the service elevator, right through the wall, about 30 feet away. One of the orderlies just crashes right through. His entire body is covered with cuts, bruises. He's bleeding, and he's missing one of his eyes as it scraped along the parts of the wall that were just pulling at their skins. And he turns and finds you with his one good eye as the doors are closing. He's just running towards you guys. Once it in cinematic fashion, it closes just before he gets there, and you can hear you can see the doors just bend in as he punches right into him. He doesn't.
I say to myself, you know what? Next time I meet one of these things, I'm just punching him in the face on first contact.
One of them can be healing trance. The other one is body control.
What is the name of it? That's the thing. Because I'm using the
That's what I'm telling you. One is healing trance. The other one's body control. And damn it.
And that's
Body control, mind over. It's mind over matter.
Okay.
Literally, it's called mind over matter, mind and body. That's the other one.
This in the PU2 book.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's because
Those are the
matter.
those are the three.
Mind over combat, mind over matter, body control. That's why I was like, which one? What's the name of it?
I just said it. Mind and body.
Mind and body, body control, and healing trance. Those are the three that come closest to what you want. You got to read them.
Well, I already have mind over body. The mind,
Which one?
The last one, mind and body.
Okay then.
So
There you
read
go.
it
The natural genius can go into a meditative trance, taking 1d4 immunity rounds.
to yourself.
They can say read it. You say how?
All right, so mind over matter, pain tolerance. Wait a minute, looking
No.
Mind and body.
at mind and body.
Last one on the bottom.
Okay.
It tells me everything about my body.
Mm-hmm.
Keep reading. Read the whole thing.
If the poison drugs is legal.
Roll a d20. Are you taking this? This is it? This is what you're taking?
This is one
No,
of my,
he has that, he says.
this is one of my original ones.
Okay. So roll a d20.
And just take healing trance too.
No, because then I have to remove. I have unnatural perception, speed, read, analytical mind, and clinical outlook. No.
It's like, I'm not losing any of those. Fuck that.
Roll D20. You said
I did.
1D20. I'm garbage.
Okay. So you start to focus and concentrate, and whatever's happening because of that roll, you're not able to concentrate. You can feel your core temperature starting to heat up. You'll know that you're heating up. You're starting to sweat. Your palms are getting wet. You're feeling a little uncomfortable. There's a pressure right around your neck and your temples, and it's starting to spread from your neck down to your shoulders into your chest.
So, since I made
I'll
the
give you
Bible-
one more roll.
Okay. What is
And then
it?
you throw up. It's mom's spaghetti.
Okay, the roll is to give you what you need. Is to give you what you need out of this. Okay. Now, there is. It feels like there's a toxin in your blood. That wasn't the roll. That wasn't what you needed the roll for. You feel it feels like a toxin, but you can't determine it. You're not going to be able to determine what it is. You just know that it is something that's a foreign agent in your body, which you already knew. Which you didn't need to figure that part out. You already knew there was something there. Now it's just it's activating inside your body, causing these changes.
Now,
When you focus and you try to burn this thing out of your body, or to at least to stop it, you feel your muscles starting to contract and expand, almost as if you're getting like a full body cramp. If you've ever had a cramp, and we've all had a cramp, a calf cramp, a foot cramp, that pain all through every muscle of your body as they just lock in place. If that sensation of pain makes you want to make a pain roll, please.
Want to make you a payroll.
let me see if this stupid sheet has that.
It does.
Hi.
So, I pass out.
All right. So you're like, oh my God, my bloody Lord, why did I listen to that Mexican? And just the amount of contractions pulls you in, and you double over. As you do, you can feel this bile build up in your stomach, and you vomit out this. It looks like that same yellow liquid from before, except you're expelling it from your body, and it hits the ground and spreads out. It spreads out in a flash, along with whatever you had in your stomach from whatever you were eating, whatever tea and crumpets that you were eating, and the liquid just pulls itself together, and you can see it starts to, it doesn't form that ball as before. It forms something like a shape, like a hexagonal shape. I mean, just like what, and it starts to harden and crystallize, and at that point you're just like, oh, bloody Lord, bloody hell, and
99.
right before you pass out, you can see it. It looks, it takes on the form of what looks like a hexagonal medallion that's about 3 inches in diameter, and it triggers a memory. And the memory that it triggers, you remember that tapestry that you couldn't quite picture and place. You can see your father he pulls off this medallion and he hands it to you. He's like, you need to guard this. This is going to be the key to saving us all. So he puts it in your hand, and you can hear him mumble something. you think it's some sort of incantation because he's rhythmically chanting it as he does, and he's pressing it into your hand. You're trying to pull away, but he's holding it in such a strong grip and squeezing your hand to the point where you wince in pain. And when he lets go, you can see the vestiges just liquefying and entering your palm. And as you're looking at it, and you look at him, and he's sort of smiling, and then he's like, sleep, and he whispers another incantation and covers your eyes. Then you wake up in your bed, surrounded by your father, your mother, and they're just staring at you. And you can, as you're waking up, and you're groggily waking up, she says to him, "Are you sure he can handle this?" It's like, "I'm absolutely sure. He's a Cornwallis after all. Nothing to worry about."
Sounds like a horror movie.
We're doomed.
So she comes over to you. She's like, "Oh, there you are, sweetheart. You caught an awful fever, but it's broken now. Would you like some soup?" As if nothing happened. And then you can hear yourself saying, "I am a bit hungry. I feel like some Mexican made me do this."
Oh my god.
You're just not gonna let that go, are
No,
you?
I'm not. I'm not going to let that go at all. No, but so and then you finally pass out. Okay, you guys are going down the elevator. You guys are working on the what do you call it? On separating the AI. What was there anything specific you were going to? You're looking for the AI patch. You don't see any traces of the code in the in that memory bank. It seems as if you were able to finally that Seraph and your combined efforts were able to finally eradicate that code from this memory cell. Once you finally get a look at what Seraph is seeing, you can see gaps in that memory, and unfortunately, there's nothing connecting them in order to make a full memory file. It's almost as if they've been fragged. And you can't. No amount of defragging is gonna repair them. There's enough there that he's sentient, he's talking, but it seems like, and they're time lapsed, so they're time lapsed to maybe a couple months ago, not maybe to a couple months ago. They're time lapsed, and they coincide. I'm going to give this to you guys. They coincide to a lot of the events that you guys have been going through.
The gaps?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, from the memories that we do have, can we tell who he is or who he was?
That you can build that. Hold on for a second. I had it written down. Just give me one.
I mean, we're looking at him, so
Right.
Yes.
I hope you have it. You're running the game.
No. I wrote. Thanks. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that.
that was the vote of confidence there.
That was that was pretty mean. That was very mean.
Yeah.
That was,
Yeah, we're dead.
I'm hurt. And
Insulting the GM is never
I'm-
good.
I'm hurt, and then I'm gonna take my vengeance.
I, for one, think you're the greatest GM.
Wow.
That is
Yes.
that is not gonna,
101.
that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Not even a little smooch? Jeez.
That is not
right.
gonna work, sir. I'm sorry.
You are definitely a hard ass, motherfucker.
So it's okay. It's
He
okay
did-
by
he
me.
did the tongue.
In-
He used
in
the
order
whole
to earn-
tongue.
In order to earn that,
It's okay. Challenge accepted.
Wow.
Wow.
And this immediately escalated to
That was
beta.
What?
there we go.
just because he's one of those sodding red.
I mean, I'm talking to the guy in the meantime, trying to assess his state to the best of my ability, or at least have him talking enough that I
Okay.
can.
So what you come up with is Demon lettuce.
Demon lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
All lettuce is demon lettuce.
Uh,
Oh, Danny boy.
uh. Hold on. I just took damage from that.
And that's just you're just like what?
A hero called Demon Lettuce. Yes.
What the?
And so I'm seeing what you're seeing, and you're seeing what I'm seeing, and this doesn't make sense to me at all.
No.
He's still just
So-
looking around like, can I leave now? I want to go home.
And so I'm trying to talk to him. I'm saying, unfortunately, sir, as far as I think anyone would know, you no longer have a. You are not the man you once were.
He
I
turn-
look up demon lettuce on the internet. See if this actually comes up.
turning to
Marijuana.
turning to you. He's just like, what? What are you talking about? I'm not getting out of here. No,
You
you said I could leave. You said I could leave.
calm down, please.
You're looking you're looking up demon lettuce and nothing comes up.
Actually, marijuana comes up. That's what they
Oh yeah,
call it.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing related to a person named demon lettuce
Comes up.
And so I say, you just leaving? The last time you were exposed to the outside world, while I was dealing with you in this kind of space, we were attacked. And you warned me that he is coming,
What?
and he will destroy us all. You don't remember because you've lost many memories. I think for all intents and purposes, you were killed, and only some of you was left.
That's hitting him in waves as you're speaking. He's
Yeah, because I have zero. I'm not
Yeah.
this good at social behavior.
and that's exactly how he's responding. Like, Jesus Christ! it's like put a little sugar in that coffee. You know what I mean? Jesus, I don't want to drink that black.
And according to Seraph, his answer would be, what is sugar?
It's like this is straight up cappuccino with no sugar and no cream,
Or-
nothing.
Nothing.
This is pure adrenaline.
No.
Yes.
This is nothing but a
Shot
wake up.
right into your heart.
So then I'm a ghost, a spirit. What am I?
You are a digital entity now.
You are an anime.
Your intelligence was transferred.
You're a weeb.
I don't. Just and he's just like, and turns and he just starts walking away from you. He's like, just holding.
I'm
his,
just standing there.
just holding his head, and he's just like he keeps walking. He
What is the last thing you remember?
just looks up. He's like, those fucking whatever those Minecraft monsters were.
You mentioned fire and a turtle.
I did. What do you mean, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
You said it was standing or something. I am not sure.
It was more like
That doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense.
Does anything ever?
I understand.
It's just
Why does this feel like a really bad Bill and Ted's Adventure?
it's like I'm so. He's like, I'm just so tired. I need to sleep. I want to rest.
So I make him a room.
He's just like, he's just looking at it just as his. It's like it is Minecraft.
I make him a
Similar.
room.
It is similar.
I give him a television so he can see current affairs. I make him a kitchen with food.
He's walking into this place like, it's like, can I?
I make him comfortable.
It's like, can I do that? And he's just in his hand, he manifests a smartphone. He's like, I can do that. That's so cool. It'd probably be better if I wasn't dead. It's like, who am I gonna call anyway? I don't remember anybody. Just you guys. It's like, and you're creeping me out. It's like, because you're just staring at him like.
Yeah, I'm not, and I have no face. Yeah, this probably doesn't work. Yeah.
Wow.
It's just like, all right. So
I can leave if it makes you comfortable.
am I okay now? Is that thing, whatever that was, are they gonna come back?
I'm checking now to make sure it doesn't.
I
I'm
do not
hoping that it
believe
doesn't.
so, but my dad will check and make sure.
He's like, your dad. He's like so
Hey, you
so
stupid.
somebody just like had robot sex and made you? What are you talking about?
No, I was adopted.
Right. All right. I'm gonna go now. He goes in his digital house and closes the digital door. And you can hear
I
some
leave the construct.
and you can hear
I
some
leave-
digital locks being turned.
and I leave the construct. 'Cause
Okay.
I gather the human has had enough.
I checked to make sure the AI is gone.
Yeah, you do a final. You do a secondary sweep, and you don't see any traces of that code.
So when Sarah comes back out, I look at him like, now what are we gonna do with him? And what kind of name is Demon Lettuce?
All
I
the
do
turtles
not
are
know.
Sorry.
Is that a human thing?
But I don't know. I'd never heard of it.
I scour the entirety of the internet and even poke at the dark web.
Yep. The only thing that comes up is weed.
Marijuana.
It is a plant.
That's the only thing I come up with too.
He is an illegal plant.
An illegal plant.
All right, I'm gonna go to Orion. Orion, you patiently waited. So you guys are closing in. There've been some report. There's some 911 calls about monsters attacking the hospital, and several witnesses are live streaming. And she's just like, "What the fuck? Are you seeing this?" She looks at you. She shows you her phone. Well, actually, she's the tablet girl. So she shows you her tablet. She's just like, it's like, well, there they are. And what is that? And she's trying to expand it, but there's shitty live stream videos, shaky people screaming. You know, they're looking at themselves, and then they're just like, what is going on? Like, I don't know what's happening. In true narcissistic style, like, hey, there's some fucking, I love you, mom.
Like these people totally came down this elevator and they like started throwing interns through the wall.
They're the people, if you can call them that, they have humanoid shapes, but they're now misshapen, over bulging, like extra stretched muscles and sinew as they're just tearing through this hospital. She calls. She puts in a call for you, Sage. And before I go to that, she's like, "Have you ever seen anything like this? Is this some sort of alien invasion? Did you do this?" No, she doesn't say that last part. I'm just kidding. She doesn't say that last part.
Damn.
She's like, "Is this some sort of alien
There's
invasion?
no
Does
love
this
for the blue guy.
Does this seem familiar to you?"
I would assume it doesn't.
It does not. No.
No, never seen this before.
So she's on the you guys are on the, well, she's on this thing with the mic because of the rotors. You just have them for the headphones to hear her voice, even though you're like, and I'm sorry, that's not nice. And she's just like, she starts calling in for backup. She's like, what the fuck?
Just lost
It's
the
like,
deaf community.
this is right. This is like this. Well, they can't hear it. So anyway, and I don't close captions.
Oh shit!
So it doesn't matter.
Oh damn!
I don't care. I really don't care. That's one of the things I don't care about.
Wow.
But anyway, that's like flipping the bird at the blind.
You're gonna, you're
What
gonna
do they
look
care?
outside tomorrow and see a protest outside.
Yeah, no, me. Anyway, all right. I'm sorry. That was wrong.
Wow!
I'm gonna get mean tweets from Marley Matlin.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
This
you
is
really
just
don't
getting
care.
really bad. I'm digging the hole even deeper. That's just wrong right now.
You are now going to be bad.
I'm gonna be shadow banned. I apologize sincerely. Now I really don't. But anyway, so she's calling in for backup. Say, this has been the worst fucking week. we literally just got set up, and then she gets another call, and on her pad she pulls it up in his Brian, and he's reporting on Morgan that there's some foreign agent in his body, and he could be highly infectious, and he's in one of the metacells, and then he's like, holy shit, and he's just like, all right, I'm gonna patch you right through. We just got this. You see the video feed of Morgan, and he's just like hunched over, and he was in his Dharma pose trying to excise the toxin, and all of a sudden he just eyes fly open, and his entire body starts he's having a massive a grand mal seizure, and he stands up and
Hairball.
and he right, and doubles over and he spits something out, and she's like, oh, he's just like, oh my god, if that's that fucking acid, we're doomed, I tell you. And then it suddenly it does its metamorphosis. It's like, what the fuck?
Maria's beams are slower.
And she's just like, what? It's like, I need you to get down there right now and see it and secure that cell. And he's like, fuck you, I am not a field agent. Said, that's an order. Fuck. He cuts the communication. She's just looking at you like, anything to add to this? Anything at all?
When the hell did the gates of hell open?
That happened last Tuesday.
All right. You get that call, Sage, and she's just like, it's just like, it's just like, what's your 20? We're on the roof.
We're at the service elevator approaching the roof now.
You say, what's
Okay.
what's the position of the enemy?
Position of the enemy is outside these walls of the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
I am not sure if they're pursuing, but more than likely they are. But this woman that we're bringing up, she's extremely critical to what we're doing. She needs to live. She needs to survive this.
It's like, copy. Well, it's just, well, then get up here as quickly as you can, and just
Oh,
with the cascading time frames. Are you doing anything, Orion, while you wait?
I'm going to get in with the stun pistol, get in a more stable base, the kneeling down and
Okay,
more contact points to the floor to increase my aim.
all right. So
stability.
the pilot he slows the rotors down to where you can hear, and just powering down. So got to conserve on fuel, but you finally get to you hear the ding, and you can hear it muffled from the door, and they open slightly, but with the impact of that punch, they don't open all the way.
That's fine. I pushed them open.
Okay. Now you're what's your strength?
39.
Okay.
Hold on. I'll tell you right now exactly. Oops. That's a character notes. Oh, wait. Sorry. 37.
All right. you're moving to open them up, and you can hear Abby's like, what the fuck? So she's like, can we get the fuck out of here, please? When you do that, without just in your field of vision or from your peripheral, you look past it. You're opening them, and you just happen to see past that helicopter. You can see one from the outside of the roof. It's almost as if they're scaling the outside of the building. You can see an arm come over and starting to pull itself up. And just in true villain style, do you see the head of this thing coming up over the edge of the roof as it's pulling itself up? You pry the doors open, and now Abby sees it. You see it, Id. She's like, "Oh fuck!
Go! I got it."
She has her hand on her weapon, and she's trying to manage the guardrail of the bed as you're running towards the helicopter. Are you doing anything specific outside of moving the gurney, Id?
No, I'm on the lookout. If anybody gets too close, I plan on blasting the fuck away.
Okay. Orion, you see this thing coming over the edge. It's to your left. So as you're facing outwards, the doors of both sides of the helicopter are open. To your left is where the service elevator is, and you can see them. You saw Sage prying the doors open, and he looks up, and he's you follow his vision, and you can see this thing coming over. You couldn't hear it because of the blades, because of the helicopter engine, and you can see it's pulling itself up over the edge as they're running. Officer Johnson, Detective Johnson, and his partner Abby are running with the gurney towards the helicopter.
Okay, I'm gonna pivot and shoot the thing.
All right, roll a 20, please. The distance between
hit the chopper.
It's 100 feet across. It's 100 feet across and about 70 feet wide. You're smack dab in the middle of the helipad. So you're going to clear that distance. So that's the distance between you and the creature, and you guys and the door.
Seriously. Every time I try and shoot something important.
So you just like,
all right.
You see it. Hold on for a second. You see it turn, shoot, but you hit the the wind. You didn't account for the chopper rotation and the sudden movement. You shoot. You hit that back blade, and it's like you see it's starting to short out.
God damn.
This is not happening.
And you guys see this.
That only happened in a one.
You see this arc, this ball of this small ball of energy.
One, dude.
This small ball of energy just arc up and hit the back blade. It seemed to have come from inside the chopper. So Abby's just like, what the fuck? Is he on our side? I thought he was on our side.
Just keep going.
What are you doing, Sage? All right, just give me a second. This is my son. I might have to pick him up. Hello? Yep.
And he shall have to go pick him up.
Okay.
Because
so
no license.
You still need me to pick you up? All right.
And
Hey,
there
it's no
goes
problem.
Adolfo.
I'll come get you. What? Yes. I'll be there in a minute. Don't worry about anything else. I'll get it. All right. I'll be right there. Bye. Of course he drops. Why not? Why not? Why not? Try to. Oh, there he goes.
All right, I'm back.
You're back. Okay, so what were you doing? What is everyone doing?
Okay. As Abby and Ed, or Detective Johnson, are making their way towards the helicopter, I'm ordering Shiori to be in between them and whoever gets past me, but to not to leave them.
Behind you or ahead of you?
No, to move with them, but to stay between whoever passes me. If anybody gets past me,
Okay.
he can protect.
I get what you're saying.
And is this thing over the edge yet?
After that shot, yes, because it doesn't look the helicopter is not disabled, but it's going to need time in order for them to figure out where the short is and how to get that repaired.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going at full speed, and I'm going to kick that off the edge. As I make impact, I'm going to flip back onto the roof.
Okay, go ahead.
They're gonna do some Liu Kang shit.
Mortal Kombat.
I'm watching this die roll.
Okay.
Oh, and that's a crit.
All right.
So somewhere down on the sidewalk, somebody's out walking their poodle in LA.
All right. So you kick it, you hit it. The density of these, you know what I'm thinking? If you can visualize the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and how distended Mr. Hyde's body was when he was. So that's what you hit, is solid muscle. He leans back. That roll was to try to grab you simultaneously. So you are able to flip back just outside of his grip as he reaches over and just falls back. Once you flip back, you notice 1, 2, 3 more are coming from different directions, coming over the roof.
Okay. At which point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw daggers, my sage blade, at their hands to dislodge them from the grip. Understand? In other words, I'm going to disable their hands so they can't grip, so they can fall off the side before they can get up. How many can I?
How many blades do you have?
Simultaneously.
How many blades do you have?
I know I can at least get 2. In total, 8.
Okay, so you can definitely get 2.
Plus those swords that I have. Okay.
Make it roll. These are
Let's
called
see the
these are
roll.
called shots. So I know you have bonuses, but you understand
Yep.
what I mean.
No, I know. Oh, let me tell you what my bonus is. Give me a second. Combat. For throw, it's a plus 17, so that's a 24.
Okay. Make a secondary roll. Orion, you can take another shot, but he did his Liu Kang. No, it wasn't Liu Kang. He did his Johnny Cage and kicked it right off the roof as it tried to snap at him. You can roll perception to see if you see the other 3.
Damn, what the fuck is it with this 7? 24 on both of them. So I made my call shots.
All right. You do hit their hands, but and you do see them coming over. But it's not enough damage to the hand itself in order to stop their grip. You can see that their fingers up to the first 2 knuckles are embedded in the steel of that of that part of the roof. So you essentially just pin their hands to where they are, but they're still pulling themselves up. Another hand comes over and just pull. They're moving slow because of their bulk. I'm sorry.
In other words, they're gonna rip their hands open
Yeah,
by trying to pull free from
they
the
don't even try to like jiggle free. It just pulls right through it where your blade is still stuck where it landed. They just pull right through it, just creating a giant hole in their palms. Or if you did it to their fingers,
All right, so
doesn't
the
even
nearest
matter. They
one?
just cut right through it. Hold on a second. What are you doing, Orion?
I will take another shot at whatever one of the ones that he did not pin.
Okay, make your roll. Oh, so.
This is to make up for the awesome missile
This is the
shots,
missile.
right?
This is the missile blowback. So he's just like, I don't know. Ah, he just throws his stun pistol away.
So Luke, the closest one to me, how far apart are they?
About 10 feet apart. 10 feet for the two that you were fighting. The other ones at the edge of the roof here, and then it goes this way to your left. So that one's about 30 feet away. It's at the nose of the helicopter.
Okay.
These are coming in from the right side of the helicopter.
So I'm going to order Shiori to go top speed as soon as I see it climb over to do a tackle, to do a run and tackle. In other words, to trip it up, to give them time to see if they could shoot it. I'm trying to keep Shiori away from combat because I see how strong these two fuckers are. For the ones that are in 10 feet of me, the first one, I'm going to do the same thing, the running drop kick. But in this case, I'm going to flip from him and try and kick the other one off also.
Okay. I get. I'm visualizing what you're saying. So you go. Roll the 20 for your pet.
My puppy.
I was gonna say if you
12.
rolled a 1,
He's the 15.
that would have been awesome.
Yeah, that would have been bad. Puppy
It
would have
like-
went right over there.
You remember that scene in what was that movie with the Stephen King movie when he caught the cat? He was like
Sleepwalkers.
sleepwalkers. It's like get out of here. So it does exactly what you want it to do. You can hear it goes off the side, and you can hear it just hit the wall, and just it's scraping along the outside metal of that roof. Now go ahead and make your attack roll.
All right. Now my roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 6 plus. I think it's a 14 for. Yeah.
All right.
So that's a 20.
It's a dirty 20. Make
No
this.
modifier.
It's a dirty 20. So make your a modified 20 is a dirty 20. So make your secondary roll.
Okay. For my secondary roll, that's a 24.
All right. You do exactly what you intend. You flip. You do the drop kick, flip, and then back kick, double kick to the other one, and they both lose their footing. They're just not dexterous. They're just all muscle, and it's all at the top. So their legs are just giving. Their legs are just like tilted. They're basically like dominoes, just falling off. But they're not falling away from the building. They're just falling straight because of their weight. Now you know that they're coming back because you can hear them scraping, and then boom as they're coming up. The closer you're closer to them now, so you can hear them climbing. Whereas before it was just all helicopter. Now the pilot finally gets the back rotor to start working, and he says to you and to Agent Rivers that they're all set to go. You guys, Id and Abby get to the helicopter, load her on, and then you can hear her over the loudspeaker. Let's go, let's go.
So, Luke, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send Shiori with them, and I'm gonna wave them off. Go, go, go.
Oh man, sacrifice. Okay. So
Okay,
they
on
start.
that note,
Yep.
I jump off the helicopter to help Sage.
Okay. So as it's pulling up, you can hear Abby is
Also-
like, "Oh, for
Why?
fuck's sake! What are you
I'm
doing?"
doing the
She's
same.
like, "You
I gotta-
idiot! Oh, here's
Hey,
you
We
idiot!"
talked earlier. You have my back. I have yours.
Yeah.
She's like,
And-
all you can hear is you idiot. All right, Orion.
I'm doing the same because this I'm supposed to be in charge of this fool.
So you get he's like, eventually I'll hit something. All right.
I can jump in that height.
Damn. Damn.
All right. So I'm gonna
As-
end it.
as a-
I'm gonna end it here with that. Morgan,
Yeah.
when
as
you
I'm-
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say as I'm jumping off, I'm gonna send a message to Agent Rivers. I don't know why they're staying here, but I can't just leave them here.
So she she nods because she knows you're not gonna be able to hear her anyway. So she's like, "We're going." She mouths something. Say, "We're going to Safe House Delta." Safe House. She's like, "Safe House Delta."
All right.
Just pull it that and on top of you, fucking idiot. As the thing just flies off. Okay, Morgan, you finally come to, and you can see this thing. It's just like, what?
Are there any inscriptions or anything on it?
There are tons. There's
I'm gonna
I go. I greatly appreciate.
what?
What?
Ignore him, because you're on me.
Yeah, I'm
gonna
on Morgan.
examine-
Greatly appreciated.
Okay, so you do see it. It has a lot of intricate carvings. The center of it, it looks like, you know what it looks like. It looks like a very elaborate coin. It has the center is hollow, and then it's inscribed all over, all around it. The back of it, it's equally. It looks the same on the front and the back.
Now, my other question after I examine the entire thing, does it look like it would fit somewhere on that book?
Make that recall roll, please.
I don't roll for memory.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Duh. Excuse me. You remember seeing a page from you remember seeing a page with that drawing, but then the ink of it was had faded away.
Okay, so it doesn't. I don't remember anything about it correlating to that book that created the crap that I touched.
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can try to remember, or if I can do. Now that I'm feeling better.
So now you hear boom, boom, boom. Hey, are you all right? What the fuck was that?
Yeah, it's okay.
So he's just staring like there's it's plexiglass, so you can see him like, what is that? Where did you get that?
Inside. That's what was making me sick. I spit it out.
You swallowed that? What the fuck is the matter with you?
I was forced to. It was my parents that
He's
put
just
it in there.
staring at you like, what?
Just let me out.
Pause. So the parents put it in you. Pause.
Oh Lord.
You just gain all the incest people.
Just gaining and losing all kinds of people. It's just like, what is that?
Is something that will save us. That my father put in me for a situation like this.
So he just look at you like,
This is not getting any better.
what?
It's not like it sounds. He used a ritual to put it within my hand, and it was in my person. And touching the book caused it to expel, my body expelled the medallion. because of the evil in that book to stop this evil that's happening.
See my face, right? He's just like, what?
It's one puppet.
But
And then you're saying it with a British accent, so it's just like I should take it seriously because of his accent, but this is fucked up. It's like, yeah, I can't let you out until I know that it's all clear, and he doesn't.
It's all clear.
He's like, it doesn't look like it's all clear.
How?
He's like, look, kid.
Looking around.
All right, I'm gonna be right back. He runs back out of the room.
As he goes, I'm gonna go to the camera and put the medallion to the camera so that they'll have a recording of all the symbols on all the sides in case anything happens to me on the medallion. They'll have something as reference.
Okay. So he
As he's
runs.
running away. I don't get paid enough for this. shit.
As he runs out of the room, like you remember that scene in Hellboy in the library when the person leaves the room and Rasputin walks right out of the shadow.
Oh fuck!
Your Santero friend walks right out of the shadow. He's completely naked. He has that Y incision. You see the wounds fresh in his neck, and he's walking towards you with a smile. It's like, you see, I told you it would work. And he's just like, you can see his body popping as he's starting to fill with, just his body's distending.
Oh, dang. Let me out! Get me out of here!
And I'm going to show you exactly what he looks like the next game because I just found the perfect thing for this. Okay, so for Crimson Sage, Patch, Seraph, Id, and Morgan, and Orion, we bid you a fond and farewell. Thank you very much for joining us.
Nanu.
I'd like to
Nanu.
point out this is about 2 or 3 games in a row I haven't been injured.
That is true.
Yeah.
A new
Yeah,
record.
but now you might have caused yourself severe bodily harm by jumping out the damn helicopter.
We can't
No, I'll
guarantee
be
it
fine.
now.
I have an ability to stop that.
He's MacGyvering now. Okay.
All I gotta say is third time's a charm.
All right.
Actually get to use this thing just for this.
We will see you soon. Bye-bye.